Congratulations if you see this before 18 September, because there is no such thing as coincidence. Every single thing that enters your awareness carries a meaning, even if your logical mind tries to dismiss it as chance. When you begin to understand that life itself is a tapestry of signs, then every encounter, every word you read, every sound you hear, and every moment that grabs your attention becomes something sacred. Life does not waste energy on the unnecessary. It does not scatter signs randomly like meaningless dust. It is always whispering to you, showing you patterns, and pointing you in a direction. If you are here, listening to these words before this date, then you are being told that a shift is waiting for you. The question is not whether the sign is real. The question is whether you are awake enough to notice it, strong enough to accept it, and disciplined enough to act on it. For too long, people ignore the messages life sends them. They ask for answers, but when the answers arrive, they call them coincidences. They pray for guidance, but when guidance shows up in the form of a chance meeting, a sudden thought, or a speech like this, they dismiss it as ordinary. But nothing is ordinary. Everything is extraordinary if you look closely enough. The way the wind moves the leaves, the way a bird lands in front of you, the way a stranger's words echo in your chest, these are not accidents. These are signals. The universe is vast and mysterious, and yet it wastes nothing. It is efficient, it is intelligent, and so every single sign has a meaning. If you see this before 18th September, it is not to entertain you, it is to awaken you. Imagine you are walking through a dense forest. The path is unclear. You don't know if you are going in the right direction. Then suddenly, you see a marker carved on a tree, or stones arranged in a deliberate way on the ground. Would you dismiss it as nothing? Or would you take it as guidance? Life works the same way. Every date, every event, every message is like a carved mark on the tree of your journey. When you see this message now, it is a carved symbol saying, pay attention. You are exactly where you need to be, but you cannot stay asleep. The tragedy of life is not that signs are absent. The tragedy is that people walk blindly past them, distracted by noise, overwhelmed by routine, addicted to comfort. But you are different. The reason you are here, the reason you are listening, is because something inside of you already knows that you are meant to notice. That's why you paused. That's why you stayed. That's why you are hearing these words. Think about the word, congratulations. It means something has already been accomplished. It means success has already been acknowledged. Why congratulate you now? Because life knows something you do not. Life sees the potential within you, the doorway that has already opened, the opportunity that is already in motion. You may not see the full picture yet, but the fact that you are here before this date means you are being congratulated in advance. You are being honored for the courage you are about to show, for the choices you are about to make, for the discipline you are about to embrace. That is why the timing matters. If you see this later, the door may already be closed, the sign may no longer hold the same weight. But if you see it before 18 September, it means you are being given time to prepare, time to awaken, time to align. Every sign has meaning, but not every sign is loud. Some are gentle whispers, some are soft nudges. The danger is not that the sign is absent, but that you are too noisy inside to hear it. When the mind is restless, when the heart is heavy, when the body is distracted, the signs pass by unnoticed. This is why discipline is necessary. Discipline quiets the noise, clears the fog, sharpens the vision. Discipline allows you to recognize when something is for you. Without it, you miss the message. Without it, you walk past the doorway. But when you are disciplined, you develop a sensitivity, an awareness, a deep listening. And then the signs become clear. Then the message is undeniable. Then you begin to live in harmony with the rhythm of life. Do not underestimate this moment. Think of how many billions of people exist on this planet. Think of how many distractions surround them, How many are scrolling, sleeping, rushing, worrying, without ever pausing to notice the sacred? Yet here you are, in this exact moment, receiving these words. That is not small. That is not meaningless. That is alignment. That is destiny choosing you. The only question is, what will you do with this gift? Will you treat it like dust and let it slip through your fingers? Or will you hold it, honor it, and act upon it? Because the sign alone does not change your life. It only opens your eyes. You must be the one to walk. You must be the one to move. Life is constantly speaking. But the language of life is not spoken with words. It is spoken with symbols, synchronicities, and timing. It is spoken through the way things align when you are ready. And here is the secret. The sign doesn't appear when the world is ready. It appears when you are ready. You may think it is chance, but the truth is that you are only capable of noticing the sign when your inner state has reached a certain readiness. That is why congratulations are given to you now, because your readiness has reached the point where this message could enter your awareness. Had you been distracted, asleep, careless, you would never have seen this. The fact that you are here means you are already awakening. The mind wants certainty. It wants to know the outcome before it acts. But signs are not outcomes. They are invitations. They do not guarantee what will happen if you walk forward. They only whisper that forward is the right direction. This is why most people hesitate. They want life to prove itself first, but life only proves itself once you trust. The sign is the seed, but you must water it with faith. You must protect it with discipline. You must nurture it with action. And when you do, it grows into something you could not have imagined. So understand this: the sign before you is not the finish line, it is the doorway. You are the one who must step through. Congratulations if you see this before 18th of September, because this is your doorway. The date is important. Dates are markers of cycles. Just like seasons shift, just like the moon waxes and wanes, so too do moments of destiny arise and pass. Some doors are open forever, but some only open for a short time. If you see this now, it means the door is open. It means the cycle is in your favor. It means life is giving you the chance to choose differently, to rise higher, to align deeper. If you wait, if you hesitate, if you ignore, the cycle shifts, the door closes, and the moment is gone. That is why you are congratulated. Not because the work is done, but because you have been chosen to receive the sign while the window is still open. That is rare. That is precious. But what does it mean to see signs? It means you must cultivate awareness. You must learn to pause. You must learn to listen not just with your ears, but with your whole being. Awareness is not something given, it is something trained. Just as the body becomes strong through exercise, the mind becomes sharp through awareness. When you practice, you begin to notice what others ignore. You begin to see the patterns behind events, the rhythm beneath chaos, the intelligence within what seems random. You begin to see that everything is connected. That is when life becomes magical, not because magic suddenly appeared, but because you finally developed the eyes to see it. So let me remind you again, every sign has meaning. And this sign right now is saying awaken. It is saying stop doubting yourself. It is saying enough waiting. It is saying, before this date passes, prepare yourself, align yourself, commit yourself. Because after the date passes, the momentum will carry you into a new season. How you enter that season depends on what you do now. The seed you plant today becomes the harvest of tomorrow. If you plant doubt, you will harvest regret. If you plant discipline, you will harvest strength. If you plant courage, you will harvest freedom. The choice is yours. The sign only points, but the planting is yours. There are moments in life when you cannot pretend not to know. Once you see the sign, you cannot unsee it. You cannot go back to sleep without a cost. If you choose to ignore, then deep inside you will carry the weight of knowing you turned away from destiny. That is a heavy weight, heavier than any discipline, heavier than any risk. But if you choose to honor the sign, then even if the path is hard, you walk with lightness. You walk with trust. You walk with the knowledge that you are aligned. And when you are aligned, the universe supports you in ways you cannot yet understand. So listen carefully. You are not here by accident. These words are not empty. This timing is not random. This is your carved mark on the tree of life saying, you are ready. You are seen. You are chosen. Do not wait for another sign. Do not wait for louder confirmation. This is it. Life does not waste time repeating itself endlessly. It speaks once, and then it moves on. The wise listen the first time. The disciplined act at once. The courageous trust without needing more. So congratulations if you see this before 18th of September, because you are being spoken to directly, and now you must decide what to do with it. Shift happens in a moment. Change does not require years. Transformation does not wait for permission from the calendar. It begins in one instant. The instant you decide. People often deceive themselves by thinking they must wait until the perfect time, until the perfect conditions, until everything is lined up in their favor before they move. But perfection never comes. Life does not wait for you to be comfortable before it gives you opportunity. Life simply gives you moments, and within those moments, you have the power to create a shift. If you can understand this, if you can accept that your destiny is not far away, but always one decision away, then everything about the way you live will change. Congratulations if you see this before 18th September, because the meaning of this moment is simple. You are being reminded that you do not need to wait. You do not need to delay. You do not need to tell yourself stories of someday. Someday is an illusion. Only today exists. And within today, within this exact moment, a single choice can redirect the entire flow of your life. That is the power of a moment. That is the reality of shift. Think about your past. Think about all the decisions that brought you here. Some of them were small, and yet they changed everything. A conversation you decided to have, a door you decided to walk through, a message you decided to read. In 1 second, you turned left instead of right. You said yes instead of no. You stayed instead of leaving, and everything unfolded differently. Did you plan it? Did you control it? No, but in that instant your entire path changed. This is why you must respect the present moment. You never know which second contains the key that unlocks a new destiny. The human mind likes to imagine change as something slow, something gradual, something that takes a long time. But think about lightning. It strikes in a flash, and darkness is lit. Think about fire. It is ignited in a spark, and suddenly warmth spreads. Think about a seed. The shift from dormancy to growth begins not in months, but in one invisible moment beneath the soil when the shell cracks open. You do not see it, but in that single instant, everything begins to change. Life is full of these hidden moments of shift. One heartbeat, one breath, one thought, one word can mark the beginning of a completely different existence. This is why discipline matters. Without discipline, you waste the moments. Without discipline, you ignore them, distract yourself, or postpone action until later. But later never comes. Only now exists. Discipline gives you the strength to recognize that now is enough, that this moment is the doorway. Discipline allows you to act in alignment without waiting for guarantees, because guarantees never come. There is only the choice and then the outcome. Shift does not require complexity. It requires clarity. All the confusion you feel, all the doubt, all the hesitation, they are illusions created by a restless mind. But when the mind becomes clear, the decision is obvious. Clarity is not about knowing the whole path. Clarity is about knowing the first step. And once the first step is taken, the path reveals itself. The mountain does not show you every stone before you climb, but if you take the first step, the second becomes visible, then the third, then the fourth. This is how transformation unfolds, not by knowing everything, but by trusting enough to move once. Congratulations if you see this before 18 September, because you are being reminded that a single moment can alter the course of your life. That moment can be today. It can be right now. You are not bound by the weight of your past. You are not trapped by the mistakes you made. You are not defined by the failures behind you. Those are gone. They no longer exist except in your memory. What exists is now. And within now, you can change everything. You can let go. You can begin again. You can write a different story. You can forgive yourself. You can commit to discipline. You can choose to rise. That choice is not a long process. It is one moment. The tragedy is that most people miss their moment. They believe change must feel dramatic, or that destiny must arrive with thunder and lightning. But often, it arrives quietly. It arrives as a whisper inside you saying enough. Enough hesitation, enough excuses, enough waiting. That whisper may feel small, but if you honor it, it will grow into a roar. That whisper is the seed of shift. But if you ignore it, if you silence it, then you remain where you are, even though the doorway was already open. Ask yourself this: how many times have you felt the call to change, but delayed? How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, I'll commit later, I'll try when I feel ready? And where has that led you? Tomorrow turned into next week turned into next year. And yet the truth never changed. You could have begun at any moment. The shift could have happened the instant you decided. The fact that you are hearing this now means life is giving you another chance. It is saying before this date passes, don't miss the moment. Don't miss the spark. Don't miss the chance to change. Remember, a shift in your inner world creates a shift in your outer world. The moment you decide within yourself, the world around you begins to rearrange. People show up, opportunities appear, doors open. It is not magic, it is alignment. The world always mirrors your inner state. When you remain undecided, everything remains blocked. But the second you decide, energy flows, possibilities align, pathways clear. This is why the moment matters. It is not that the world was against you before. It is that you had not yet aligned with it. Shift also means letting go of the belief that change must be complicated. People imagine they must rebuild their lives from the ground up, step by step, slowly, painfully. But the truth is that one decision can dissolve years of delay. One choice can release you from chains you thought were permanent. For example, the decision to forgive yourself in one moment can free you from a decade of shame. The decision to discipline your mind in one moment can free you from years of wasted potential. The decision to commit fully in one moment can take you further than years of half effort. This is the power of shift. It is not measured in time, it is measured in courage. Congratulations if you see this before 18 September, because life is reminding you of your power. Power is not something external. Power is the ability to decide. Power is the ability to choose differently. Power is the ability to create a shift in an instant. Most people give their power away by waiting. They wait for motivation. They wait for others to support them. They wait for the perfect sign. But the sign is already here. The support is already here. The moment is already here. All that is missing is your decision. And once you decide, you reclaim your power. Think of water boiling. For a long time, the heat builds. The water warms, then gets hotter, then begins to simmer. Nothing seems to change, but inside the molecules are moving faster and faster. Then in one instant, the water reaches the boiling point and everything transforms into steam. The change looks sudden, but it was the result of energy building until one critical moment of shift. Your life is the same. Energy has been building inside you. Discipline, lessons, struggles, failures, hopes, all of it has been preparing you. And then comes one moment when you break through, when everything shifts. That moment is not far away. That moment can be now. So, let me tell you clearly, you are not far from transformation. You are one choice away. Do not believe the lie that change requires more time. Do not believe the lie that you are not ready. You are ready the moment you decide you are ready. Readiness is not given from outside. It is declared from within. The moment you say, I will no longer live like this, I will no longer delay, I will no longer waste time. The moment you say that with your whole being, shift begins. And once it begins, nothing can stop it. Congratulations if you see this before 18th of September. Because this is your reminder that you are standing at the edge of a moment that can redefine your entire existence. The date is not a coincidence. It is a marker. It is a doorway. It is saying decide before this passes. Because the energy of the new season will carry the weight of your decision. If you choose discipline now, the days ahead will magnify it. If you choose hesitation now, the days ahead will magnify that too. Life always amplifies what you decide in the present. So decide wisely, decide consciously, decide with courage. Shift happens in a moment, but the effect lasts a lifetime. One moment of clarity can erase years of confusion. One moment of courage can erase years of fear. One moment of discipline can erase years of weakness. That is why moments are sacred. That is why you must not waste them. Every second holds the potential for rebirth, but only if you honor it, only if you choose, only if you step forward. So listen carefully. You are not powerless. You are not late. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be, hearing exactly what you need to hear, before the exact date that matters for you. That is alignment. That is destiny. That is grace. But grace without action is wasted. Alignment without decision is lost. You must decide. You must claim your shift. You must take the courage to say today, now, this moment, I change. And when you do, the shift is already complete. Shift happens in a moment, and that moment is now. Preparation meets destiny. Success is not an accident, and greatness is not a matter of luck. What people call luck is simply the moment when preparation and opportunity intersect. When you prepare yourself, when you discipline your body, your mind, and your spirit, then when the opportunity comes, you are ready. If you do not prepare, even if destiny opens the door, you will not have the strength to walk through it. That is why preparation is not optional. It is essential. It is the invisible work that makes the visible breakthrough possible. Congratulations if you see this before 18th September, because life is whispering to you that the season of preparation is coming to an end and the season of opportunity is about to begin. But you must ask yourself, have you prepared? Have you sharpened your mind? Have you strengthened your body? Have you cultivated patience, discipline, and focus? If you have, then destiny will recognize you. But if you have wasted your time, if you have neglected your growth, then even if the opportunity appears, you will not recognize it, or worse, you will not be able to hold it. Think of a farmer. The harvest does not appear by luck. It comes to the one who prepared the soil, planted the seed, watered the ground, and waited with patience. Two farmers may stand in the same field, under the same sky, with the same rain and the same sun. One sees abundance, the other sees emptiness. Why? Because one prepared, the other did not. Life works the same way. Destiny does not favor the lazy. It favors the prepared. Preparation is not glamorous. It is not celebrated. It is often lonely, quiet, and unseen. Nobody applauds when you wake up early to train your body. Nobody congratulates you when you discipline your mind in silence. Nobody cheers when you resist distraction, when you endure discomfort, when you choose the hard path over the easy one. But preparation is exactly this. It is doing what is necessary when nobody is watching, so that when the moment arrives, you can perform as if it were effortless. People will call it talent. They will call it luck. But you will know it was preparation. Congratulations if you see this before 18th September, because this timing is not meaningless. It is a reminder that your preparation has not been in vain. All the hours you thought were wasted, all the discipline you thought nobody noticed, all the sacrifices you thought nobody valued, they were not wasted. They were building something invisible inside you. They were shaping your character, sharpening your awareness, strengthening your will, and now destiny is aligning to meet you. The door that is about to open will not be open for everyone. It will be open for those who prepared. This is why you are here, to be reminded that your preparation has meaning. But preparation is not only external. It is not only about skill or strength. It is also internal. To prepare for destiny, you must prepare your mind. You must let go of the old beliefs that keep you small. You must silence the doubts that weaken you. You must dissolve the fears that paralyze you. Because when destiny arrives, it will require not just action but courage. It will demand not just ability but belief. And if you are not prepared inside, the moment will overwhelm you. Think of an archer. If he has not prepared his bow, if the string is loose, if the arrow is unsteady, then even if the target is clear, he will miss. But if he has prepared, if his bow is tuned, if his hand is steady, then when the moment comes, his shot is true. Preparation is the difference between missing destiny and hitting the mark. So ask yourself, what are you preparing for? Because preparation without direction is wasted effort. If you do not know what you are preparing for, you will scatter your energy. But if you align your preparation with your destiny, then everything you do builds toward that moment. Every breath you take, every choice you make, every discipline you maintain becomes part of your readiness. Congratulations if you see this before 18 September, because you are being told to align your preparation with your destiny. Too many people prepare endlessly but never act. Others want to act but never prepare. The wise balance both. They know that preparation is only complete when it meets opportunity. They know that discipline is not for its own sake, but for the moment when destiny calls. And when it calls, they are not surprised. They are ready. Preparation also means patience. You cannot rush destiny. Just as a seed cannot be forced to grow faster than its season, you cannot force destiny to arrive before its time. But what you can do is prepare. What you can do is make yourself ready so that when the season shifts, you bloom instantly. The impatient farmer digs up the seed to see if it is growing. But the patient farmer waters it daily, knowing the growth is invisible until it suddenly appears. This is the same with your life. Your preparation may seem invisible now, but when the time comes, the results will be undeniable. There is a saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. This is not about teachers only, it is about life itself. When you are ready, the opportunity appears. When you are disciplined, the door opens. When you have prepared, destiny steps forward. It is not that the opportunities were absent before. They were always there. You simply could not see them because you were not prepared to recognize them. Preparation sharpens your vision. It allows you to see what was invisible to you before. Congratulations if you see this before 18th September, because this is the season where preparation will meet destiny. But do not think destiny is something far away, something abstract, something reserved for others. Destiny is the alignment of your potential with the opportunities around you. It is when who you are on the inside matches what appears on the outside. When that alignment happens, life feels effortless. You act with power, you move with flow, you succeed without forcing. But this effortless power is built on years of unseen preparation. Remember, nobody rises to the occasion. They rise to the level of their preparation. When challenges come, when opportunities appear, you do not suddenly become more than you are. You become exactly what you prepared to be. That is why preparation is destiny. That is why the work you do in silence matters more than the applause you seek in public. That is why discipline is the highest form of faith, because you prepare long before you see the opportunity. Preparation is trust. Trust that your work has meaning, even when results are invisible. Trust that your discipline is shaping you even when nobody notices. Trust that destiny is waiting even when you cannot see it yet. And when you trust enough to prepare, you become unshakable. Because